The wind cannot pass over the plains of the Okavango Delta in Botswana without whispering with worry through the sands the names of the beasts that shaped history there, names written in legendary bloody epics, told by the tongues of storms that move the trees like killer giants, and by the frightening shadows of ghosts slipping through the wide savanna. Here, in the heart of the African wilderness that breathes the barking of angry hyenas and the roar of defiant kings, the epic was born that changed humanity's understanding of lions forever. It is the tale of the lioness who was not created from flesh and blood alone, but from fire, tears, and a motherhood that never dies. She is Madi Tau, the lioness defined as the mother of lions. The legend whose story was carved on the face of the earth as commandments are carved into stone. The one who fought a war against death itself so that it would never be said that a mother's heart can be defeated. So come with us. Let us enjoy this thrilling adventure, because what you will hear is not an ordinary tale, but a powerful call coming from the core of the jungle, from the depths of a river that glitters with both tears and blood. That year was extremely harsh, as drought struck intensely, followed by burning trees until their ashes covered the land. This led to chaos in the kingdom of lions, where balances shifted and thrones built from power and fear collapsed. In that turmoil, Madi Tau appeared, a mother carrying with her 3 small cubs, her children, whom she tried desperately to save from burning to death. She moved with them through fierce flames that could not be extinguished. Her pride was falling apart. Their ruling male died suddenly. The pride scattered, protection vanished, and survival became a dream in a long night. From the ashes of the fallen kingdoms appeared the demoness Silver Eye. She was a half-blind lioness, but in her single eye lived a complete hell. She was a killer of cubs and strangers, knowing neither mercy nor kinship, ruling with terror and feeding the earth with the blood of the innocent. So Madi Tau faced 2 equally deadly choices: either submit to the savage lioness and lose her 3 cubs to Silver Eye, or attempt to save them by crossing the river of death to the end. The moment came when the sun set behind the swamps. Madi Tau clenched her fear between her teeth, carried her cubs one by one in her jaws, and crossed the Okavango River, which devours anyone who dares touch it. The waters simmered with the eyes of hungry crocodiles, and the wind groaned, carrying terror to all, yet the fighting mother did not turn back. She crossed as legends cross from imagination into immortality. But midway through, a treacherous, fierce crocodile attacked and snatched one of her cubs before her eyes. Her heart trembled with fear, but she neither roared nor cried. She had no time for grief, for survival does not wait for tears. She withdrew immediately from the terrifying waters. She continued until she reached Duba Island, carrying a broken heart and 2 cubs. There began the journey of silence, where no one hears a mother's cry at night except the moon. She hunted alone, facing hunger, beasts, water, and isolation. From a fearful mother, she became an extraordinary fighter, forging iron strength from her weakness. She left no prey untouched, throwing herself upon her targets like fate itself, as if telling the heavens, "I will eat only what nourishes vengeance." But fate did not spare her. Her second cub, a small female, was killed in another tragedy. Hyenas attacked her, broke her spine, and devoured her after paralyzing her. On that night, Madi Tau changed. She was no longer a mother searching for milk, but a storm seeking justice. She attacked huge buffaloes in broad daylight, terrified hyenas, and chased baboons as shadows chase the souls of sinners. She turned from a creature into a legend, from a female into an army of sacred rage. And at the height of the storm, when it seemed that the bloodshed had calmed, her old rival Silver Eye returned with her pride's lionesses, wanting to end the mother who had challenged the eternal order of the wild. But Madi Tau was no longer afraid. She stood before them, raised her head to the sky, and roared a roar that shook the roots of the trees. In a battle without mercy, Silver Eye fell, defeated by courage that words cannot describe, and Madi Tau became the new leader of the pride. But the miracle did not end there. It began. Instead of taking revenge on the enemy lionesses, She gathered their fragments under her banner and united two prides that had been enemies since forever. Thus was born the Nassaharo Pride, a legendary female alliance unknown in the history of lions, a pride that believed strength lies in unity and that mercy is no less majestic than a claw. Later, one day, Madi Tau heard a familiar roar on the riverbank. It was her son Junior, the cub she thought was dead. He had returned. Blood reunited with blood, and motherhood blossomed from its ashes. All the lionesses cared for him until he grew strong, becoming a young lion worthy of carrying on his mother's legacy. When he turned 3, Madi Tau bid him farewell at the edge of the island, as the sun bids farewell to its last ray. He left to write his own chapter of glory, while she watched him until he disappeared into the mist. Then came the peaceful end of this legendary lioness, with no battle and no blood, just a long sunset. The mother of lions had grown old, her body bending like ancient trees, and she slept among the grass as a queen sleeps on her final throne. Her memory did not die. Every roar in the savannah carries something of her spirit, and every mother fighting for her children is a shadow of her. This is not the story of a lioness, but an epic of immortality, one that taught us that motherhood is not weakness, but the most beautiful form of strength, and that those who love until the end never die.